Now I want to move on to empowerment. Empowerment is extremely important to me. When Steve and I first started the radio station, Dreamcatcher Radio, um, and many of you will know the story, but for the sake of this, I'll remind you. The I met Steve. He was a compere at one of my events in Blackpool, and he used to be a radio DJ. He quit his job over that event. Um, I think it was a protest by him because the radio station let us down. And I asked him, "Do you fancy starting a radio station?" Because I really like Steve. I love him now. I liked him at the time, um, but I literally adore the man. The And he said, "Yeah." Neither him nor I knew how to do a radio station, um, and we didn't get off to a good start, even though we had proper planning. Um, but we started off quite big, um, and the with zero listeners, and now we've got over 50,000 listeners a month currently. But the when I spoke without Steve, the radio station wouldn't have happened. I assure you, um, it wouldn't have happened. And together we've developed it. We talk regularly, and it's been fascinating for me to learn about all the people, all the guests that we get on, listen to their stories and that sort of stuff. And so the radio station is developed into something that is a means for freedom of speech, which is important to me because it's eroding in our society at a rapid pace, faster than you could probably think. The So anyway, so when we started the radio station, I did the mission statement, and we have genuinely stuck by it. For me, it's about empowerment and free speech, and also I say enriching society, which goes in tandem with both of those things. Um, so empowerment means different things to different people. Empowerment to me is basically someone that that you build together. I guess you build confidence, you empower yourself and others, knowing that you have value and purpose, and your life story has some weight, and your perspective deserves that space. Empowerment to me isn't a slogan; it's participation, and and I guess it's knowing your truth. And when free speech comes in, free speech isn't about shouting the loudest. I mean, you look at Hyde Park Corner, Speaker's Corner now, it's a disaster zone. It's a joke. That's not free speech. That's not, I mean, what, I mean, how the dynamics of that has changed is beyond me. It's about, in my opinion, making sure everyone gets a chance to speak and has a voice. We've built a platform now that people have the opportunity to have a voice and be heard, being the presenter or the listeners and also the guests. We have many uncomfortable conversations on the radio station, but I believe that helps us grow. And disagreement, as I say to everybody, is not a threat. It's basically us thinking and talking as a community. The media will have you believe, which in some respects is quite true, that you're no longer allowed freedom of speech. The but And that makes me very, very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. The reason why I started Dreamcatcher Radio is because I believe in empowerment and the fact that, me personally, and I know other presenters do, they look forward to their shows, they plan for their shows, and we've got a project going on that, hopefully it kicks off, um, where basically I've got evidence of empowerment on the radio station with the presenters and guests. The it's undeniable evidence, and so I'm really really proud of that, and no doubt Steve is as well. So I like the fact that we've got different opinions. Like, I'm not into religion, other people are. I love the fact that Steve said he's going to start doing Sunday service on the radio station. It's great. He knew that I wanted it on the radio station, but I couldn't find someone to do it. But he decided to do it, and he's got experience in that realm. He's got experience in many different things, actually. To be honest, I'm amazed he doesn't work for NASA. The um, I suppose what I'd like to say is, when I speak and talk, agreement is not necessarily my goal, but the expression is my goal. I want feedback, um, respect of one another, and I suppose humanity, I guess. Dreamcatcher Radio has been built by two people, and it's presenters. We had a we had a dream, if you want to call it that. Pardon the pun. Um, and it's built, and it's manoeuvred its way through to where it is today. And we're still young. We're still a baby. We're still a baby. We must remember that. I always have to pinch myself about that. But we've got so many big plans coming up, which is extremely exciting for Dreamcatcher Radio. And I love the diversity on the radio station. Something I didn't want. So Steve come from a music background. His radio station was music. I didn't want that, and Steve happily accepted that. That we're going to do something different. We're going to do part talk, part music, talking to the public and the like as well. But we've got so much more ahead of us. So many more challenges ahead of us, where we move into um, going to DAB and also going to talk radio, where people can call in. Kim and Carl kindly, when I met them at their retreat, showed me their kit, and about how you could call in and that sort of stuff. So we know it can work. We just need to find the right opportunity to try and slot in to start doing that. The world is different, we can't disagree on that. News is moving fast pace. However, we can play our part and help empower people, and get people heard, and allow free speech to thrive, and provide a safe place for people to feel free to speak freely. And over the past, well, it's been over a year now, actually, it's a year and 2 months since it started, the radio station. We've had so many characters come through the door. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. So, in closing, I guess I'd like to remind everyone listening, your voice belongs here. We don't judge. We've got presenters on Dreamcatcher Radio that come from very difficult backgrounds. But I embrace that. I embrace that. And I love the fact that we can give them a platform that they would not have ordinarily had. And I'm proud of that. And it's always been one of my goals. Um, I'm proud of all our presenters on Dreamcatcher Radio. And it is genuinely onwards and upwards. I assure you of that. Have a lovely weekend.